course, to everybody out there, hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul, with our guest today, HolisticRoots. You want to introduce yourself?
Greetings of peace. My name is Kemet, and I'm just here to vibe out with brother man right here. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, Soulology.
Okay.
Jamming on the one.
So what we were going to talk about, you guys, for today is we're going to discuss a little bit more in detail about This Is America and how it kind of relates to your own energy about what's going on. We're going to go into detail about that. If you feel this resonates with you, don't hesitate to like, and whatever you feel about anything we're talking about of the subject, please comment down below, because I would love to hear your own thoughts, and it allows us to start a conversation to see how everyone feels in understanding each other. So without further ado, we're going to begin. So you saw the music video, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What were your thoughts when first seeing it? Because I know my first thoughts, I wasn't sure.
Okay, Childish Gambino, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, This Is America. For me, I had to watch it probably about 4 times. And then it sunk in. Like, it really sunk in. You know, once you got past the whole production and, you know, song and dance and whatnot, it really captivated me, I will say. The message was very clear to those who are understanding what's really going on out here and allowing ourselves to be subject to programs, so much so that we're not even interested in social issues. We're not interested in a lot of conscious issues. And I feel like it is just a season of opening eyes, season of awakening to a lot of realities that we're not participating in. And I think that was a beautiful interpretation of what he sees as far as what's happening in America. I you know, my hat goes off to him for having enough courage to bring that forward and say, hey, you know what, this is America, Jack. Like, y'all not paying attention. Like, all these things is going on, and
don't catch it slipping.
You know, right? And so it's like, you know, just kind of giving you a really good insight on what we're picking up on. It just showed me we're paying attention to so many things outside of this reality, and a lot of people are really neglecting the fact that it's, you know, with a lot of joyous moments, you know, it's cool to, you know, socialize and be entertained and, you know, be a part of like the festivities. But then on the other hand, you know, there's that other side of the balance where it's a lot of destruction and chaos and brutality on so many levels, and racial issues, along with you know, a lot of like dominant male and female, you know, energies that are coexisting right here. So it's a lot at play, and
it's a lot of that patriarch society domination.
So it's just like, you know, it's like how many artists are going to step up and say, wake up, wake the funk up. Like, we really just
we already got 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it really was a nice eye-opener. And just the fact that how he was very detailed in the way he articulated it. A lot of good out there. I can't even really say subliminals. It was out there.
I think
it was out there.
I think what was interesting about it, kind of like what you were saying, was even in the beginning, and trust me, it took me several times to watch this to kind of understand this, was the fact that he would do a dance, but nobody, if you're focused on what he's doing, you don't notice anything that's going on in the background. And I had to research on other people who were breaking it down, and then I had to research on me seeing whatever they were seeing. And you see so many things in the background.
I looked at everything. I wasn't even paying attention to that Joker dancing. He was just like, because that's how it is. Like, everybody's like kind of shucking and jiving.
And I think that was the thing he was trying to show us. Everybody makes it seem like we just want to. He even said it, party just for you, all we want to do is be naughty, naughty just for you. And everybody's dancing, but nobody's seeing in the background what's really going on in real life. And I think, like, to me, what he was presenting was the fact that you have to be willing to observe what's really, just not that, but fully what's going on around you. Mm-hmm. When breaking that down, if you watch the whole entire video and just block him out for a minute and the children he's dancing with and everything, you will literally see all the chaos that's going on in the background. Yeah. To the point where there was something that someone saw, I didn't even notice this, was they were showing one of the four horsemen. Mm-hmm. You know, and the white horse and everything with no head and everything, and it was supposed to represent death. And to me, that's intrinsically brilliant, because I wouldn't have saw that. I saw something in the background, but I wasn't focused on that.
Yeah, it was a lot of subliminal. I just, you know, death to like real music, and you just right off the bat in the beginning. The elder that had the bag over his head, and he shoots him, and it's just like that whole depiction of a lot of history from way back when we were engaging in a lot of different...
a lot of people were saying that was supposed to be a picture representing what you're talking about back then, some pictures where they actually looked in that position of what he was doing when he was aiming the gun. Yeah. And I would have never guessed that. Yeah. So,
well, it's just a lot of subliminal, but it's for you to depict that. You know, his job as an artist is just to come forward and just kind of plant those little seeds.
He even said, because people were asking him, so what is This Is America? And he legitimately said, they were talking about Star Wars and everything. He was, I don't think that's my place. I have nothing to say about it. I think that's for the people to decide. What I make is for the people. And what he's doing, which is very interesting, is allowing the energy of the people to make a decision on their own of what they see. And that, to me, is brilliant, because what he, like she said, he's planting the seed for you to understand, in a sense that I shouldn't have to tell you what this means. Yeah. You should know by critically thinking on your own. And that's something we don't have on this planet, really, is making you critically think. Kind of like how we've discussed before, like if you were, for example, to tell someone about World War II, all the history and everything, and then you lay down the line, okay, we gave you all the information, what would you do differently? It makes you critically think, well, I would have done X, Y, and Z, instead of telling you, well, we did this and this is the only way. Sure. It would make you think, okay, well, I would have done this, this, and this, and then I would have gone and grabbed Hitler like this so that he couldn't have done X, Y, and Z, but we don't see it in that. We just let me know so I can know how you feel, what it truly is about, so that I can poster it and tell people this is what it really is, instead of letting someone see it for what it is.
Well, I think people, you just take what you need and process, you know, what's relevant into this space. But I think everybody should have an opportunity to understand what's really going on. But just the times that we're in, a lot of information needs to be exposed for you know, this next wave of you know, humans to evolve into a space of getting out of like a whole groupthink kind of mentality, and understand, like, you can formulate your own thoughts, and this is why these things have been processing for so many years. Like, okay, why is this relevant? How is this relevant to my life? Why is this relevant to my life?
Absolutely.
And really dig deep down inside and just see, you know, we all have purpose in place, you know, here, as we resonate for this amount of time that we're all here for. And it's just really paying attention to what's reality. I'll say it like that. What's reality? And not even on, like, looking so much at the bad things, or like the so-called good things, because there's really no negative or positive or good or bad. It's just
it's all experience. It's right. All it is what it is.
But the fact that this whole experiment, I'll call it, it baffles me that a lot of people are really just detached and not engaging in as much as we initially should be engaging in the level of comfort that people have being surrounded by, you know, their comfort toys, I'll say it like that, with many cars and houses and forms of entertainment, of being out, and whatever materialistic thing that they're desiring, and it's a major distraction, so much so. And not to say that you shouldn't have those things, but just saying pay attention to the whole spectrum and not just
I would say
what we want. It's like a me society. Like
kind of see it as there's nothing. One of the things I would say to people, there's nothing wrong with having stuff or anything, but
I mean,
don't
self-absorb.
Don't let yourself lust after such things. I mean, love whatever you have. Period. It doesn't matter what you have. That's why I tell people there's so many people out there that hate money and everything, but you have to understand money is an energy, a part of you. You should love it for what it is.
Yeah, it's currency.
And I think the funny thing about money that most people understand is it's a tree, one way or another. So what you're telling me is you hate the tree. And the funny thing about hating a tree is that's what we've already caused on our planet. You hate money. Money is a part of the tree energy. And yet you hate trees, so you cut them down to slaughter and then bring cattle and everything. I mean, you see what I mean? Just that whole ideal of energy of what you've created is from the thought of, I hate money. Money is the root of all evil, so you cut down the roots.
Yeah, it's just a balance, like just that whole reality. But just paying attention to what it is that you know, our perception of reality is, and then what is, it's almost just, it's a really laughing matter to things that are around us that are like, well, hey, are you guys paying attention there, little humans? Like, do what you gotta do. But, you know, I big ups to Childish Gambino, and I give thanks for his art. You know, he's not the only one that puts out information like that out there.
Not
you know,
even
there's
close.
so many different artists that are out there. It's just this right here really took that moment in time by storm. And I think it's a good conversation piece for a lot of those who are seeking knowledge and information on consciousness to that level of what are we supposed to be waking up to. Well, look at that right there, among other things. And do your research yourself. Don't take anything for face value if you haven't researched it yourself. And if it matters to you, and then very well, I have friends that are like, oh, okay, well, that doesn't interest me. I'm not really interested in that, you know, at all. It has nothing to do with my life. And that's just the reality that they live in. But if it's for you to know.
Whatever works for you.
Right. But just within that, you know, express, I say, you know, just like how, you know, this guy took the initiative to put that art out there, and he just said, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to set that right there. You guys decipher that. That's no different from anybody painting a masterpiece and just leaving it there, and whatever comes to...
I mean, it's kind of like the idea, and a lot of us already know, for example, about this. For certain masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, there are certain hidden things in it. And of course, for the regular person, they might not see it as that. They might just see it as, okay, well, whatever. Mm-hmm. But, of course, like I said, this is the pink elephant in the room. I'm sorry, pink elephant. This is Soulology. So we're actually going to end it here for you guys.
Yes.
So just know that you are the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So everybody out there, have a good morning, have a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. Namaste.